Hey everyone, we're back for another workout of the day. Today is 4 rounds for time. It is called Pinecone. It is 20 weighted lunges, 20 V-ups, 20 kettlebell swings, 20 ab twists, and 20 half burpees. So we're going to go through all of those movements and the modifications, and then you can get started. All right, so the first movement is going to be our weighted lunges. So we're gonna just start out with the lunge movement right now. So a modification would be no weight. So what we wanna make sure is we're staying nice and upright, our core is tight, we are stepping forward, and we want a nice 90-degree angle on both sides. So on that side, and here, if you find that you're not getting that 90-degree angle, check how far you're stepping out. If you might be stepping too close or too far. So just get that nice 90-degree angle on both legs. We want to make sure we're upright when we come down. Now, if you can't go all the way down and touch that knee due to mobility or restrictions, that's okay. But I don't want you to to come down and then lean on this leg and try to push up. So as you see, my butt is coming up before everything else. My back is kind of rounded, and I'm really putting a lot of pressure on this knee and leg. So we want to avoid that. It is probably a natural instinct for some of us to do that, but no hands on there. Just go back and forth. So with the weight, we can do it a few ways. We can do it in a nice front rack position. So we're grabbing the dumbbell and holding it up to our chest, and we're coming down, and again, staying nice and upright, pushing with that front leg to come up. You can also do a suitcase carry where you're doing 2 dumbbells. So we want to make sure that we're bringing our shoulders back. We're not letting that weight pull us forward. So we're coming back, and again, we are staying nice and upright. Our back is straight. We're not allowing that weight to make our shoulders rounded. You can also take a band and put it around your legs. You want it just above the knee. And again, you're just coming. It just adds a little bit more resistance to the lunge. Okay, next movement is going to be our V-up. So we're going to get those abs working. We want to come all the way back and all the way up, getting our back completely off the ground. So the only thing up here that should be on the ground is our butt when we're coming up. Everything is off the ground. So modifications to the knees, alternating, or you can do a crunch to the knees, but make sure again that you're trying to lift your body off the ground so you're really engaging that core. The next movement is going to be our kettlebell swings. So the important thing with the kettlebell swings is we want to bring our hips back. So my chest is up, my hips are coming back towards the wall here. And I'm going to use the momentum of my hip drive to drive up the weight from the kettlebell. So we want to come down. We're going to touch the outside of our wrist to the inside of our thigh. Anything past that, so if you're hitting your thigh above the wrist, you're probably doing one of two things. You're either coming too far back. So you see how far my hands are coming through. My chest is facing downward. I'm parallel to the ground. We don't want that. We want to bring our hips back, and our hands are coming back with our hips. Or you could be doing some weird squat movement, which I see more often than I'd like to, but people tend to do this weird squat kettlebell. So we're not doing that. Again, bringing those hips back and driving that weight upward with that hip drive. You're not pulling with your hands, or your arms. So if you feel like you're pulling up, again, you're probably doing that weird squat. So a good way to tell is where your wrist is touching in your thigh. So is what it looks like. So I'll do it forward first. And we want to come to about eye level. Sideways. Again, I'm bringing my hips back. My knees are only slightly bent, using the hip drive to swing, hence the name kettlebell swing. Swing that weight forward. If you don't have a kettlebell, but you have a dumbbell, you can also use the dumbbell as a kettlebell as well. Or you can take a band, and this is a slightly different movement, but it will get those glutes if you do it right. So we want to step in the band and bring the band through, and you're squeezing that butt at the top. So it's that same movement, just with the band. The next movement is going to be our ab twist. So we're going to be on the ground, and again, just like our V-ups, we want to make sure the only thing touching the ground is our butt. So we're going to be in a nice V shape here. And we are going to be twisting our body. So we're not just moving our arms. I mean, you'll twist a little bit that way, but we want to bring and twist our abs. So you gotta squeeze those abs. And a good way is to use your head to go to each direction without getting dizzy, so that you can really make sure you're twisting all the way and getting that full movement. You can also use a weight as well. So with or without a weight, if you find yourself very unsteady, again, we got to work on that core strength, but you can put one heel on the ground and you're going to be leaning back, really hardly any weight in that heel, going back and forth. Or if you really, really need, you can put two heels on the ground, and again, that back and forth movement, squeezing those abs. Okay, next movement, and the last movement, is our half burpee. So it's all the fun of a burpee without the push-up. So we're going to come down, kick out into this nice push-up position. We're in a plank position, and then we're going to jump all the way up to our hands and all the way up. So we want it to be nice, fast. Make sure you're standing all the way up at the top so you get that full movement. So if you can't quite get down to the floor, you can also use a bench or a box, and you can use that to jump out and jump back. You can also, if it's too much jumping back and forth, you can do some mountain climbers against a bench as well. So you're going to do all that 20 reps each time, 4 rounds. Don't forget to visit us for the nutrition that goes with the exercise at www.macromachinecoaching.com.